So the idea is I have to use the general term. Okay, so I'm looking for A13. So A13 is A1 plus 13 minus 1 times D, isn't it? So I have to find D and I have to find A1. So the idea is this is A2. So A2, A3, A4, A5, isn't it? Isn't it? This is 13. It's already given 13. And this one here is 22. Yes? Isn't it? So the idea, I'm just going to show you like what's going on. Then I'm going to do it in short. So here is D here, 1D, D, D. So to move from A2 to A5, how many D's do you have? 5 minus 2, which is 3. So how many common differences are there? There are like 3, which is 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2, this will give you 3. So we have 3 D's. Can you see them? 1, 2, 3. So that means 13 plus 3 D's will give you 22, isn't it? Because there are like 3 common differences. That means 3D is equal to, what's 22 minus 13? This is 9. That means D is equal to 3. I found the common difference. Is it clear? The idea of finding the common difference. Yes.
Sir, I think there is a rule for finding a specific term.
Yes. Yes, there is a rule, but I'm going just to show you this in details, then I'll go it in short, okay? I'll do it like with no more details. But do you see it now, the general term? I mean, the common difference is D, which is 3 now. Good. So we already found this one. So, okay, this is a 3. This is a 12. So now I have to find A1. So how to find A1? If A2 is 13, so what's A1? Yeah, 13 minus 3, which is 10. Isn't it? Because I have to subtract 1 common difference. So this is just like 10 plus 36, which is 46.
Sir, for this question, how can we find the R?
R is the number with the power. So in this case, R is 1, 2 to the K, which is the same as 1/2 to the K. Okay, so
how about this 25?
Yeah, I'll show you that. So 25. So in this case, R is equal to 1/2. Okay, so 25 is just it's a constant times the summation. So for example, that 25 K is equal to 0 to infinity. 1/2 to the K is the same as the one in the top. So they are similar. Okay. Okay, so they are similar. So in this case, if I want to find the first term, A1, okay, I just plug 0. If I want to find A1, I plug 0. So this is going to be 25/2 to the 0, which is 25. Okay, so the summation is going to be A1 over 1 minus R. So this is going to be 25/1 minus 1/2. So this is going to be 25/1/2. So this is going to be 50. B. Let me just discuss something with you, so it might be easy. So 1 factorial is 1. 2 factorial is 2. 3 factorials is what? What's 3 factorials? 3? No. 6. Thank you. What's 4 factorial? 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 24. So what's 5 factorial? 24 times 5, isn't it? Which is Oh my God. Oh my God. So this is 120. Okay, that means 5 factorial is equal to 120. That means n factorial is 5 factorial. That means n is 5. When I want to want n minus 1, which means 5 minus 1 factorial. So this means 4 factorials. The answer is 24. So this type of problems, and sometimes they comes with exponent, like the power of 2 or power of 3. The idea is sometimes they test you. They want to know if you know the factorials, like 1, 2, 3, 4 till 5. Here is a problem. The board of directors of a company consists of 10 members. If Faisal, Muhammad, and Mahmoud are members of the board, what's the probability of selecting 3 as a president, vice president, and secretary, respectively, knowing that the selection is random? So the idea of this one, we need to select 3 out of 10 where the arrangement is important, because one of them has to be a president, vice president, and a secretary. Make sense?
Sir, I think here the total number of members, which is 10, we need to select 7 because 3 are already.
No. How many we have to select? 1, 2, 3.
Sir, they are members of the board.
Yeah, I have to select how many?
Okay, so sir, it will be 10p3.
Yes, but pay attention. This problems consist of 2 problems. One of them, like how many ways I can select. Okay, but this is asking about the probability. Okay, so if you want to select them as a president, vice president, and secretary, there is only one way to choose Faisal to be president, Muhammad vice president, and Muhammad is a secretary. So there is only one way to choose these 3 in this order, isn't it? There is only one way to do that. Do you agree with me? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because if you want to select these 3 in this order, there is only one chance over how many ways you can select these 3, which is 10 P3. Okay, so this is the answer. Now, if you want to simplify this one, this is going to be 1 over 10 factorial over 10 minus 3 factorial. Okay, so this is going to be, now this is like the reciprocal, so I can just flip. So this is going to be 7 factorial over 10 factorial. This is going to be 1 over 10 times 9 times 8. And the answer is A. So a box contains 6 red balls and 6 blue ones. If 2 are drawn one after another with no replacement, this is important, with no replacement, the probability that the two are red. So the idea is the 2 are red. So in this case, you add 6 plus 4 because how many are in there? So to pick a red one, you have 6 for the first one. This is the first attempt. This is the second. Okay. So for the first one is 6 out of 10. For the second one, since you have picked a red one, you're left with 5. And since without replacement, this is going to be 9, isn't it? So this one is going to be 30 over 90, so which is 1/3. So the answer is 1/3. Because if I don't replace them, then the number is going to decrease each time. So what if I change this problem here? I change it here and said, I'm going to draw 3, let's say 3, and all of them are red. I'm going to pick up 3 and all of them are red. So the first one is going to be 6 over 10. The second one is going to be 5 over 9. And the third one is going to be 4 over 8. Make sense? Make sense? Now, when throwing a cube numbered from 1 to 6, what's the probability? Probability that a number less than 3 or an odd number will appear. Okay? Okay? So I have to understand the word or and and. So the word or and the word and. So what's the difference between them? This is important. Once I can know the difference between them, I can solve the problem.
Sir, I think or is add and is multiply.
Yeah, so this is union, this is intersection. Okay, so this is important to know. Okay, so or is union and is intersection. So getting a number less than a 3 or an odd number. So this is talking about union. So this one is going to be P x less than 3 and odd number. Okay, so this is the problem here, isn't it? So this is the problem, asking you to the probability of number less than a 3 or an odd number. So this is going to be, if you want to use the rule here, the probability of x less than a 3 plus the probability of odd. And then let me just erase this one here. There we go. And then minus the intersection. Okay, x less than 3 intersect with odd. Okay, so in a cube, how many numbers less than 3? How many choices do I have? How many? How many numbers are less than 3? How many choices? 1, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, so it's 2 out of 6. Good. How many choices for getting an odd number in a cube? 3 out of 6. And how many numbers which are odd and less than 3? How many numbers which are odd and less than 3? 1. So this is 1 over 6. Make sense? So if you do this calculation, so this is 6, 6, 6. So 2 plus 3, which is 5. 5 minus 1, which is 4. So 4 over 6, isn't it? Am I right? Or is there something wrong? So 4 over 6, or you can just simplify it to be
2 over 3.
Yeah, this is 4 over 6, or simplify it 2 over 3. Now we want to simplify this one. So simplification, we'll use the same identities. So the idea is here to make it easy. So I have sine theta. So in order for me to make something simpler, I have to change it to sine and cosine. So what's cosec? Cosec is 1 over sine. So this is times 1 over sine theta over cot theta. So this is going to be 1 over cot theta. So what's 1 over cot, which is cotan? This is just tan theta. So the answer is tan. So I guess you guys, you know the formula, which is when you add angles inside sine or inside cosine. So when you add angles inside sine, A plus B is going to be sine A cosine B plus cosine A sine B with the same sign. If it's plus, plus, if it's minus, minus. Cosine, change the sign from plus to minus, minus to plus, and it's cosine A cosine B sine A sine B. So they want you to find sine 105. So the idea, you have to change sine 105 to some famous angles. So what are the famous angles? You already know their measurement, and it's their sum is 105. I need 2 angles which are famous, and you know their sum is 105. What are they? Is 60 plus what? 45, isn't it? because their sum is 1. Then you just apply the rule, which is this one here. So this is going to be sine 60 cosine 45 plus cosine 60 sine 45. Okay, so they just applying a rule, so nothing to do. So now I have to memorize the table. So what's sine 60? It's radical 3/2. What's cosine 45? It's radical 2/2. What's cosine 60 is 1/2. What's sine 45? It's radical 2/2. Okay, so the answer is going to be radical 6 plus radical 2/4. So the answer is B. So how many square meters, centimeters is the area of the triangle? This is also a problem you should know. So the idea is whenever you have triangle, this is A, this is B, this is theta. Then the area of a triangle has to be, it's 1/2 A, B, sine theta. Okay? This one is important. This type of a question is important. If you have a triangle, you have two sides and one angle between them, then the area of a triangle is 1/2 A times B sine theta. So for this one here, the area is going to be 1/2 18 times 22 sine 30. So this is going to be 1/2 18 22 1/2. So when you simplify now, this is going to be 9. This is going to be 11. And the answer is 99. To find the limits for this one, I have to plug in the number first. So if I plug in 3, this is going to be 3 squared minus 8 times 3 plus 15 over 3 minus 3. This is going to be 0/0, isn't it? Now I have to factor. So what's the factorization? What's the factorization?
X minus 3 and X minus 5.
Okay, then let's just do it fast. So when I'm going to factor this one, this is going to be X. The sum of the two numbers is -8. The product is 15. So 5 and 8. X minus 3, X minus 5 over X minus 3. And also, let me just tell you something. Whenever you get 0/0, keep this in mind. You know that you're going to have the same problem. The problem here is X minus 4. So you're going to have X minus 4 as a factor of denominator. Okay? So as you can see, we found X minus 4 because this is the problem. This is the 0. So before you factor, you keep in mind, this is the problem, then I'm going to find it in the other side. So here, the problem here is X minus 3. So I know one of the factors of this one is X minus 3. Okay, so once you cancel the two factors, this is going to be the limits. When X goes to 3, X minus 5, isn't it? So now you plug in the number, this is going to be 3 minus 5, so the answer is -2. So how to find the derivative of this one? Okay, so the idea is, here we go. The idea. So what's this? What's 1 over X to the n? This is nothing, just X to the -n, isn't it? Reciprocal. Good. What's the square root or the square of n of X? This is nothing, just X to the 1 over n, isn't it? Do you agree in these two? Do we agree? Yes or no? Yes, good. Then now this is a problem here, which is 1 over 2 the fourth root of x to the negative 8. This is going to be 1 over 2 to x to the negative 8 to the 1/4, isn't it? 1/4, because this is the root. I've changed it to 1/4. Then this one is going to be, now I can use power of a power. So this is going to be 1, 2. So what's the product? Power of a power, what's this? This is going to be x to the what? This is going to be x to the what? Negative 2, isn't it? Because it's power to the power. Now I can use the first one here. Yes, now I can use the first one here. No, it's not 4 today. So this one is going to be 1 over 2. And then this is going up. This is going to be x squared. Okay, I'm using this one here. Now, this is what I found. So to find the derivative now. So what's the derivative of x squared over 2? This is nothing, just 1/2 times 2x. So this is just x. So the answer is x.